Yeah, we wanted to, we talked about being more explosive. You saw us play with tempo. That was good. The issues are always going to be there. Just a matter of identifying what they are. There's no secret this was not a matchup game. A lot of respect for coach, and I thought their team played hard in this game. They were outmatched, talent-wise for sure. And I think he expressed that. But I give them a lot of respect for playing hard, playing for 4 quarters all the way to the end. And so a lot of credit to how hard they played. But I thought early in the game it was good to get the ball pushed down the field. I thought Julian really had some accurate throws. The ball came out on time. The spacing and timing was good. The protection was good. Good to see the defense get some turnovers because that was an emphasis point for us to attack the ball. So we'll take a look at the film, and we still got a lot of work to do. We're in a race to get better, and that's it. So, but I do think coming out of it, there was a lot of good things coming off of last week. Just it was heavy, big groupings and running and huddling. This was a little bit more spread out tempo, which it's good to know that we can do both.
Yeah, I think there was a lot of guys that got in there on defense. Riley Pettijohn seemed to pop for sure. That was a big play in the backfield, which was great. Aaron Scott drove on a ball. I know they overturned it. That was still a great play. You have to look and watch the film some more on offense. It was good to see some of the tight ends get in there, but also see the young running backs run. I thought Bo and Isaiah both ran hard, and it was good to see them, break some tackles and get some positive runs out there. And it was also good, to get Lincoln out there. I thought he looked good out there. He looked poised, made some nice throws, made a couple runs. And Bryson Rogers made a couple nice plays. I thought, catching the ball and hanging on to it, which was great. Milan had a nice catch. So it's good to see a lot of those guys get on the field, and there'll be a lot of things that the coaches will look at to improve. But they deserve a chance to play, and it's good to get them out there. And the more depth we can build, as we know, it's going to be important. It's a long run this season. You never want to see an interception, but it's good to have some of these learning moments to understand, just how it all works. When you can get some of these first time things, behind you, it is good. But that's it. No more interceptions.
All right, we're gonna go to the left side.
Again, I have to look at the film to see. I thought that everyone was running hard, but what we want to see is guys breaking tackles and then creating explosive runs. And I think there were some in there. I think there's some other ones that maybe we can look at to say, okay, how can we do this a little bit better? How can we break some of these tackles as we're getting to the second level? But when you're a running back, you're not tackling a whole bunch in preseason. So CJ's probably the most experienced out of the group. Well, he is. And then James, hasn't run a ton in the game, and Bo and Isaiah certainly haven't in college games. So it's going to be great to get on this film and use this as a learning experience.
It's just not so much to keep them from getting big-headed, but just to get after them a little bit.
Well, the issues are always there, and it's not about the result. So if we're looking at the scoreboard, we're looking at the wrong thing. I mean, this is about if we have a discipline issue, or if we have a lack of execution, or we have an assignment issue, or a ball security issue, or a lack of execution, that could, in a matchup game, it comes down to one play. And so if we're going to look at the scoreboard after a game like this, then we're setting ourselves up for failure. That's really bad. I don't think that's the way our guys are. I think they know. And so, when you're not in a matchup game, you're going to get graded very critically because, when you are in matchup games, one play could cost you. Now, the good thing is we played the game like that already. So it's not like we haven't done that where in the past, you get to about midway through the season, you haven't played a game like that. I think our guys understand that, especially the guys who have been around. I mean, you think about how we ended last year and how we started this year. I mean, these guys know. But all that being said, when you come out of games like this, you can't get a false sense of security because the issues are always there. And it's our job to identify them and get them fixed.
Like you did that today, and
Yeah.
sort of handled maybe this week that didn't last week.
Yeah, you saw a lot of more RPOs, you saw a lot of the things coming out of his hand. We actually started to drive, I think maybe we're inside the 10, 20-yard line. We took a shot early and hit it. Down in the red zone, we were throwing it, we were really forcing the issue down there. And, the more we're putting in his hands to manage the game. And I thought he did a nice job. There was one time where they did a nice job on defense of running to a coverage that there was nothing there, and he scrambled and made 3 yards, 2nd and 7. That's good. That's good football. Didn't throw it into a
crowd. I thought the first throw he made from the touchdown to Will was a really good throw. You know, we talk all the time, if the defender's back's turned, he's wide open, he one-inched it right over the top of him. Will made a great catch. But again, the timing, the spacing, all of that was crisp, and so we can build off of that.